welcome to the Joel Frank podcast, where a Guyanese speaks about life, Guyana, the happenings, IT, and literature, some topics more than others. Ever so often, a video or some pictures escape from the bowels of some average Joe's or Jane's phone, computer, or cloud storage account. The kind of photos that would make a preacher cry. Yes, I'm speaking about nudes here. And while some may say, oh, that's easy, just don't take or share them in the first place. Look, listen, I don't know about you, but I rather enjoy Tea Tuesdays, and I'm pretty certain that there are some out there that enjoy whatever the female equivalent of that is. So how do we keep the spice in life and be safe at the same time? Well, password managers and a good bit of common sense should do the trick. First off, as I mentioned in the previous episode, get yourself a password manager. There are quite a few to choose from, the most notable of which are 1Password Manager, Dashlane, LastPass, Bitwarden Password Manager, and my personal favorite, KeePass. For this one, I'm particularly partial to the KeePass XC and KeePass DX versions. Frankly, no pun intended, they're prettier to look at, and they incorporate second factor authentication via time-based one-time passwords out of the box. They are also offline. These are my go-to password managers. The databases that they use are also compatible with each other, which means that you can have your database on your phone with DX and on your PC with XC. KeePass XC is available on Windows, Mac, and Linux, whereas KeePass DX is only available on Android. My condolences to Apple users. It seems your KeePass experience will have to be limited to the desktop. However, I will keep my eyes peeled for a version that works with iOS. Secondly, my next bit of advice. If you're going to be having nudes on your phone and your phone will be accessed by anyone other than your significant other, then I highly suggest an app lock and vault. A lot of phones come with these pre-installed or as part of the operating system, so make use of them if necessary. If your phone doesn't come with one, might I recommend AppLock by Ivy Mobile on the Google Play Store. And for iPhone users, the two tutorials linked in the description of this episode. Thirdly, since we're speaking about locks, a passcode on your phone itself isn't a bad idea. Imagine having a privileged conversation with your significant other, and John from work finds out because you didn't have a passcode on your phone, and it butt, thigh, or chest dialed him. Need I say more? Next, do you share a PC with anyone? Maybe someone at work? Then it's probably not a good idea to leave your personal accounts signed in. It's not a good idea to sign into them in the first place on a work machine. And definitely do not let your browser remember login credentials. It's a handy feature, but it's very easy to exploit. Next, does your device need repairing? It might be a good idea to remove your SIM card and memory card from your phone if they are removable before taking them to get repaired. In the absence of that as a possibility, find a trustworthy business or person to effect the repair. Me personally, I wouldn't take any of my devices to get repaired, partly because I can't do it myself, partly because I don't trust the concept of life itself, more so someone with my personal devices, and partly because of my next point. Backup, backup, backup. You should have a backup of everything worth anything on your personal devices. External storage devices and cloud storage are both good means of backups, if used correctly. Let me preempt you. One backup is not good enough. You should utilize as many backup options as possible. Use a mixture of as many on-site and off-site backup options as possible. On-site backups are backups that are kept in or on the same premises as the information or devices you backed up. Off-site backups are backups kept away from the same locale as the actual information or devices that you would have backed up. Good examples of this are cloud storage and external storage devices kept in safety deposit boxes. Did you know that your favorite messaging app probably has security measures baked into them that you can enable? Signal, Telegram, and WhatsApp, for instance, all have security features that can be used to prevent prying eyes from accessing your chats. Keep listening to the podcast to know when a podcast, blog, Facebook post, or video on how to enable and use these features is released. This has been Joel Frank and the self titled podcast. Thank you for joining me. Do come again. If you like this podcast, be sure to share it with your friends, rate and review it wherever you listen. You can also join the exclusive Patreon community linked in the description, where you can enjoy such benefits as monthly AMAs, access to a Patreon only Discord server, shoutouts at the end of episodes, and topic requests.